Oscar Isaac, Ben Kingsley, Agent versus Nazi, who will win? Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Operation Finale. Yes, this movie stars Oscar Isaac, Ben Kingsley, and Nick Kroll, and this movie is directed by Chris Weitz. Yes, the guy who gave us great movies like About a Boy and bad movies like The Golden Compass. Yes, he does this now dramatic political thriller, Operation Finale. This movie takes place just after World War II, and it's about this agent who was after this Nazi. This Nazi is named Adolf Eichmann, who is part of Hitler's regime, and basically he's this Nazi that's basically living in the suburbs of Argentina, and basically he's under a different alias and a different identity, and basically he's pretending that he wasn't that person who he was during World War II. And obviously this agent's job is to capture all the Nazis during World War II and everything, and basically he needs to prove that this guy is indeed this Nazi who worked for Adolf Hitler. And basically it's just this cat and mouse game about this spy going after this Nazi and stuff. Will he get him? Will he not? Will this Nazi outsmart him? And there's our movie. This movie, I saw no trailers for, actually. I actually went to this movie cold turkey, knew nothing about this movie, didn't see a trailer, no TV spots, nothing, fucking nothing. Went into this cold, blind, and best way to go into this movie. Because from what I heard, the trailers actually spoiled too much. I think going into this movie, not knowing nothing about it, makes it more interesting and makes it much more intense. And yeah, it was kind of like when I went into the movie Valkyrie. I didn't know nothing about it. All I knew was Tom Cruise and Nazis. Okay, that sounds cool. And it was a cool movie, and I really liked it. Then I watched the trailer like a week later for that movie, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch the trailer. The trailer shows too much. This one is the same. I think the trailers spoil too much of the film. I think not knowing about this movie makes it more intriguing, and yeah, I was really intrigued by this film, and it's a true story, and obviously I didn't know shit about this movie. I'm not a history major, but it was really good. I really liked this film. I liked how it was paced. I loved how Chris Weitz directed this film. Chris Weitz is a good writer mostly. I like a lot of his written films. I know he wrote like a Twilight movie. I think he directed one of them too, New Moon or something. But put aside that, he's actually a very talented filmmaker, especially when he did with the movie About a Boy. That's a great film, and put a lot of care into that, a lot of realism into that. And he really showcases that into this film. There's a lot of realism in this film, and there's a lot of great writing and a lot of great dialogue in this film, and the characters are really well fleshed out. The two main characters, I mean, everyone else is just fine, but Oscar Isaac is a great character in this movie, and I love how this character was written, and I love how determined this character is to catch this Nazi. And I thought Oscar Isaac played the role super well. I thought he was a superb choice to play this role, and I thought he did an excellent job. I think he was the show steal of this film, because the focus is on him and his life and what this means to him catching this person, and I think he did a magnificent job. Ben Kingsley, though, Ben Kingsley's a great actor, and he's also fantastic. It's such an intelligent character. How he outsmarts all these people, especially after all these years outsmarting the government and everything. He's just an interesting character, and Ben Kingsley just plays them so freaking well. And again, I love cat and mouse games in films. That's why I love like Inside Man and stuff. This cat and mouse game between these two characters is what really builds the tension and builds all the thrills in this film. And I thought it was super well executed, and I really, really loved it. It was all mostly thanks to these two actors and a really good script, and it really made the film so much more enthralling and more entertaining and stuff. And I thought it was a really good film. I love films about like World War II, post-World War II films and stuff, especially the effect that World War II had on people in different countries and stuff, and what happened to some of these Nazis after the war. Did they go to prison? Did they get executed and stuff? And when some of them escaped, where did they escape to? How did they catch them and stuff? There's a lot of answers that I always wanted to know, and this movie gives you a lot of those answers, and I thought that was really interesting. And I thought it was, again, really well paced, very well directed by Chris Weitz, and the two lead performances, Oscar Isaac and Ben Kingsley, are absolutely solid. I wouldn't say Oscar caliber, but it's close. They are very good. They're talented actors, and they really utilized the script properly, and they gave really good performances, and yeah, fantastic. I also like Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll is not huge in this film, but he's also really good. But he's actually proved that he can be a very good, serious actor, and I really enjoyed him in the film. My negatives, this movie's very dramatized. And it does take you out of the film, because that's what films do. They're supposed to overly romanticize or dramatize films and situations that happen in real life, but make it a little more extreme in the movie. Like Argo did that with its third act of Argo. And this movie does it almost throughout the entire movie, very dramatizes stuff, and like things happened, but they didn't happen in that extreme way and everything. And it's very dramatized, and it's very Hollywood at times, and it is super distracting. And I'm like, okay, calm down now. It's not that dramatic, okay. And there's a couple side notes. When it doesn't focus on Oscar Isaac and Ben Kingsley and their cat-mouse game, when it focuses on other political things and other characters, that's when the movie gets dull and kind of boring, and just like, because I'm watching this movie for this cat and mouse game, this agent versus this Nazi. That's what I came here to watch. When it doesn't focus on that aspect of the film drags and it gets boring. When it is between the cat and mouse game, between this agent and this Nazi, it's extremely well paced and extremely thrilling and extremely entertaining. But when it's not, the pace slows down and it gets boring and dull and a lot of exposition heavy and stuff. And that took me also out of the film as well. So when it went away from the central plot and when it heavily dramatized some elements and some of the history aspects of it, it really dragged the film down. Not too much, but it just dragged it down a little bit, and it stopped it from being a terrific film. It just made it still a very good movie. It's a film I'd definitely recommend, especially if you're a history buff. If you love like historical films, especially films about post-World War II, I think you'll love it and get a kick out of it. I would definitely recommend it. I really enjoyed myself in watching this film, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the movie Operation Finale a 7.8 out of 10. This is a really good film, and it has really good, strong performances and a really good direction by Chris Weitz. So yeah, check it out. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Operation Finale. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite movie written or directed by Chris Weitz? My favorite's About a Boy. I fucking love that movie. It's Hugh Grant being a lazy bastard. That's amazing. But yeah, what is your favorite movie directed by Chris Weitz or written by Chris Weitz? Either or. Comment below, let me know. And as always for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.